Welcome back. Ah, ah. We appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. We got another video today. Today we're doing another reaction. Dating is getting worse in 2026, and the year just started. Man, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I grazed over this a little bit. Sounds like a youngin had a bad dating experience here, and he's gonna kind of tell us what's going on. I'm curious to hear what his experience was like, and hopefully you're not walking away scarred from the experience, because it is tough out here. It's tough, but it's by Heck Speaks. Let's go ahead and jump into the video.
So I had a subscriber hit me up on Instagram telling me about his date, and this is why a lot of men lose hope. And he's a young blood. I'm talking like teenager, 18, 19, gang. And he sent this voice note to me, and this is why a lot of dudes, before they even get into their adulthood, they like, I'm good off this dating joint. Look at this, y'all. Listen to this.
Yo, Heck, bro, I hope you're listening to this, bro. But this is crazy. Like, bro, tell me why I was talking to this one girl, right? So I ended up asking her on a date. It was cool. She agreed. I ended up taking her bowling. I picked her up. I went, spent $150, bro. And I'm only 19. I work at the stadium making 18 an hour, and I have another job making like 14 an hour. So, bro,
He spent $150, right? Not saying you should be spending that much on a first date, but this just shows the level of investment. And he's like, yeah, I'm willing to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to show a good time.
Man, that took me back. I remember when I was 18, 19, fresh out of high school. I was going stupid. I mean, I was grinding. I think right around that time I think I had 3 jobs. I had 2 jobs at the mall, one at Jimmy Jazz, one at G by Guess, and then I also had a tutoring job that I did part-time as well. I ain't had no time to myself, but boy, I was making, I would say, well, at that time it was a lot of money to me, but I ain't had no life. All I wanted to do was work, and that's what I did. But anyway, but yeah, 150 on the date, that is a lot, depending on, I feel like it all depends on what the vibe was like through text message. I don't know if y'all hopped on the phone, hopped on FaceTime, but if the vibe is right, and you know, it's your wallet, you do what you feel is best. But yeah, if you feel like the vibes was right, and you know, you want to show off on that first date, you go right ahead, my young brother. But just don't, you know, feel hurt. Well, this is his first experience, but for all the dudes who already have experience in the game, if you're gonna go out and spend that much, don't feel hurt later on. Talking about something, dang, she didn't do this, or dang, it didn't work out. Just charge it to the game. That's what I always say. Charge it to the game.
At 19, he got 2 jobs, bro. Kudos, he's getting to the paper.
I make a good, decent income, bro. So I end up picking her up. I took her there, spent $150 on the arcade. I took her to Penn Stack Bowling. Spent money on arcade, spent money on food, spent money even to bowl, bro. And she didn't have to spend a dime, bro. I swear, bro. So
Hey, man. 150 steep, but hey, you know what I'm saying? Good on, you know what I'm saying, being the leader. You picked her up, that means you got a whip. See, this man, he's doing his thing. He got a whip, and he paying for the date. So she don't got to worry about nothing but looking good and showing up and having a good time. Let's continue, though.
I did that, and then we had a fun time. We was recording videos. She was hee and ha and giggling, laughing and stuff. All right, cool. I dropped her off. Everything was going so smooth. We even talked on the phone. And then eventually, I ended up planning another date, right? And then she was like, yeah, she agreed to it, and it was actually a date to go to the movies for a second date. And I was like, bet. She agreed. We agreed for Sunday, but I didn't give her the specific time because I was just trying to see if she was down to go first.
There's 2 things where he messed up on a little bit. Well, I think he messed up, but so far, I don't really, you know what I mean? For one, I would have waited. I would have been like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I would have waited for her to say, hey, I had a good time. Or I would have said it something the next day. I would have been like, hey, had a good time. Let me know when you're free the next time we could link up. You know what I'm saying? So it's the ball is in her court. And that's what I basically told him too. But I'm gonna let him finish.
So
I agree. Especially at that part, you kind of don't be as a man, you don't want to be too eager. So when you send in a text message like that, you definitely want to, hey, I had a good time, and don't be so eager to set up that next date. Kind of lean her into wanting to set up that next day, or be excited to schedule that next date, so you can kind of feel where she at. Because if you're trying to schedule dates and you just feeling like that you the only one wanting to hang out and you the only one wanting to plan, and text messaging is going slow, that's signs. That's two signs right there. She not interested, man. Because I always say, if a woman's interested in you, she gonna show it through her actions. She could talk a good game, but through her actions, she always gonna show you if she like you or not. So just always be aware of that, man.
boom. So then we agreed on Sunday, but we didn't agree on the time. So I called her the day before we were supposed to go on a date later that night to tell her what time that I was planning on going, and pick her up, take her, because we was gonna initially go shopping at the mall, and then they had the movies in the mall. We was gonna go to the movies right after. And then yeah, so she agreed. I called her the next day, the day that we were supposed to go. I called her and I said, "Hey, are you still?" Well, I didn't call her. I texted her. I'll say, "Hey, you still good for today?" Bro, I could you not. She left me on red, bro. Like,
Ladies and gentlemen, at 19, gang, welcome to the game, brother. You officially graduated to dating as an adult at 19. You graduated into this joint. And this will not be your first or last. You feel what I'm saying?
That
It
ass.
gets crazy out here. Get used to it. Get used to showing interest and shorties, you know what I'm saying, will not respond even though they agreed on a date. Agreed to go on this date. The date comes around, she's MIA. Leave you on red. This is regular shit. I hate to say it, that this is normal. Let's continue though.
I don't
Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of quality women out here. It's just you gotta weed through all the BS to find them. It's unfortunate, but that's part of the game. So I hope he's not disheartened by this situation. And then, like I said, don't. I mean, just the way he was going about it, you can tell he liked her more than she liked him. He kind of didn't take the time to look for the signs, but like he's young, he's gonna take him some go rounds before he get start kind of learning how the game is going nowadays. But I'm telling you, if for me, if I gotta text you and ask you, hey, are we still good to go? Um, Sometimes it does work. I'm not gonna say that, but I would say most of the time, if I'm thinking that I have to tell you that, or you MIA on the day that we supposed to hang out, to me that's already a sign right there to just leave it alone. Or charge it to the game and keep it moving. I'm not finna text you and ask you we still down to go. It most women I would not, but certain women, if you just giving that vibe and the text message is flowing, the phone call's good, and you just got and life just lifing, I'm gonna text you, hey, you still down to go, yada yada. But certain women, you can kind of just get that vibe. You taking too long to respond back. Day comes, you sound like you was uncertain to go on the date anyway. I'm the only one planning it. Things like that. That date pull up, and you kind of MIA. Trust me, I've been through it. I went outside. It don't feel good, but you kind of take it on the chin and keep it moving, man.
know what's wrong with these girls. Another thing to throw in, bro, is I don't know if this is the reason, might not be the reason, but like I told her I was like, I'm not really knowing if you feel. Oh my gosh, I left out so much, yo, bro. Please. She was like, she was saying how she's not really a good texter. She was a bad texter. She was always responding like a couple hours late and stuff. And then she bumped it down to like maybe like 1-ish. She got better with it, but I wasn't really bothered because I don't be the type of person to look at my phone line anyways. But I did notice it. So I was asking her, I was
That's bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. That is bullshit. That if you listen, let me tell you something right now, bro. If she's a bad texter, she will show up in other ways. Right? You have to, if you not good with the phone, at least, you know what I'm saying, be present when it's time to show up. For example, at least pull up to the date. I get that not you're not good on your phone. Cool, whatever. Vibes in person, bet. But you can't be flaky for the date and not be responsive via text. That's a double whammy. Like I can't believe the words that's coming out your mouth.
From my personal experience, I don't know one woman who not on her phone majority of the day. I haven't met one woman who barely on their phone. So when a woman tell you she a bad texter, I don't believe it. Especially when you hang out with them, like especially if you hung out with them and you literally just observing them on their phone all day, but then ignoring your text messages all day and talking about some you was busy. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Gang, she don't like you, man. It's just that. Because I promise you, if she liked you, she respond to you because she's always on her phone. Because if she not responding to you, you probably seen currently online, Facebook, currently online, Instagram, or online an hour ago. Stop it, please. Stop it.
It's different if she's not a vibe via text message, which is quite the vibes very often, right? But when you set up a date, they link up with you every time. That's different. You know what I'm saying? But if it's like, oh, I don't really like texting on the phone like that, I'm more of an in person or over the phone type of, all right, cool, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue.
like, are you into me? And then she kept saying yes. And then
Asking, are you enemy is crazy though, my boy. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I learned from my situation where I got did so dirty, but I learned from that situation. Don't waste your time asking a female, is she into you or not? Man, just look for the signs. Look for the signs. Once you see those signs, bad texting, not wanting to hang out, not attempting to plan any dates, feeling as if, you the only one putting in any effort. Trust me, man, there's another nigga on the side that she giving her attention to. It's just simple as that. Sorry to tell you. There's very few women who actually don't give you that attention but is actually like focusing on themselves or working on themselves. 9 times out of 10, if she ain't paying you no attention, it's because there's somebody else in the picture. It's simple. And unfortunately, from my experience, a lot of women don't want to keep it 1,000 with you. They'll rather try and protect your feelings. Really, you're not protecting my feelings, man. You're just making it worse. So if you just keep it real, but it's not gonna happen. So you gotta kind of build that experience and know what to look for when you're dealing with women. So you're not wasting your time or you're not overly investing yourself to where you sound hurt and emotional just because somebody don't want to go on a second date with you. It's unfortunate, man.
You should never, nah. You should be, if you gotta ask her, are you into me? You already lost. I'm not gonna lie. Right? If you gotta ask her, are you into me? If you gotta guess, 9 times out of 10, you probably lost. Right?
and this is before I asked for the second date.
You can ask, are you into me? But don't ask her that. You gotta ask your bros, like, yo, I've been doing this, that, and the third. You think she fuck with me, gang? If you ask the bros that, do not ask the shorty that. They already put you whoop deep, right? Put you in a needy space. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, so that was my confirmation to go to the second date, to ask her. Then I was like, all right, cool. And then I was like, to go on I was like, for the third and fourth date, would you mind paying for it? Because I'm still trying to really see. I didn't tell her, but I didn't really know if she was really feeling me. So I was like, for the third and fourth date,
She's not feeling you, gang. I already know she's not feeling you, bro. She left you on red.
Never, and yeah, she not feeling you. And never ask a woman to pay for a date. You you kind of as dates go on, if you see the signs where she volunteering or or she going out of her way to plan them and pay for them, then you know, okay, certified. But if you ask a woman to pay for a date, that's probably right there. I ain't gonna lie. That's another flag that probably made us take a step back. Cause no woman is gonna take that message as you know without taking offense to that. Hey, can you pay for this? That's a tough one, man. Nah, I would never. Me personally, I would never ask a woman that question. It's like you as a man, and you took the responsibility to step into this dating game. In your mind, you should already know what comes with that. So if you got to go on 10 dates with 10 different women, and you spending whatever amount you spending, charge it to the game, man. That's what it is. Don't look at it as a waste of time. Look at it as a learning experience, and keep it pushing.
You ask her and she feeling you, and it gets worse.
Would you be able to pay? I said it on some like other stuff, like a different way. I didn't say it straightforward, but she was like, "Yeah, she down." But yeah, bro, she let.
Wow, she agreed to paying the next time.
She capped in his
I'm
face.
interested to see
She
how this
capped him.
unfolds. Wow,
She
okay.
capped him.
She literally left me on red. I don't know what that was about, bro. I swear, bro. Dating is so hard. I don't know, bro. I'm on the edge of virgins giving up, bro. Like we had a good time, bro. We even shared a drink.
It's one experience, young
Not like
man. You
alcohol,
good?
but like the
You
little
good?
Oreo shake at the little pin stack bowling place. Like,
I hope it ain't alcohol. You goddamn 19. I would have spanked you through the screen. Next voice note, though, and then I'm going to read the text message. I'm not revealing the messages because his name is attached to it. That's why I'm being very discreet with it.
yeah, bro, I'm still left on red. Like I got left on red the day that we were supposed to hang, going that day on Sunday.
Yo, that was Sunday. He sent me this message on Tuesday. He still left on red. Oh, this. Ew! Yo, this is funny. I'm sorry, not like that, but this is crazy funny. Like, wow, this is what happens. Welcome to the real world, folks. At 19, at least you know what I'm saying. You know what it is now. So when you get hit by it, you know what I'm saying. When you're getting older, you're not like shit.
X.
They don't make it okay, but you know what I'm saying. You kind of got to get used to this bullshit.
she like looked at the text maybe like 30, 40 minutes after I sent it to her. I make sure I see the screenshots. But yeah, bro, I'm still on red. And it kind of sucks because I mean I'm only 19. That was like my first actual date when I in terms of taking out a girl. So
This was his first actual date. He spent 150. He really liked this chick. And then I'm looking at the clips he sent me of them bowling because he sent video footage. She's taunting him. She said, "So what he did? Trash." Right? So that means she in it, she having a good time too. Right? It's good banter. It's competitive spirit.
Not necessarily. What I learned from my dating experience is just because it looked like the vibes is flowing, don't mean that's always the case. Sometimes some people are just really good at faking it, enjoying that free meal, that free experience, and then they'll keep capping in your face, and then later on you realize, oh, yeah, this person wasn't actually into me. Yeah, unfortunately, that's part of the game, my brother. I know I keep repeating myself, but you almost become a little bit you almost become a little bit soulless to this whole situation. You kind of got to go in there with no expectations. You kind of, as a man, almost got to turn your emotions off or turn them down to a certain extent, to where it's like, okay, if I go into this situation like this, then if this woman end up playing in my face, then it's like, okay, cool. We move on to the next. Because once you start getting those emotions involved and you start investing yourself into this person, when you find out later on that they playing in your face, it does hurt. It hurts. It hurts. And depending on the type of person you are, some people can just walk away and take it on the chin. Some people have to dwell on it, and it keeps playing over and over in their mind, to where sometimes it even gets to the point where it's affecting them at work. So that's just my best advice. Kind of just tone it down a little bit. Go in there with no expectations. Take your time, slow it down, and kind of read the situation almost as if it's in slow motion.
But it's like, yo, and this is why I tell dudes, bro, right? It don't matter if you guys have the best time in your life that don't mean she fuck with you like that, gang. It's so crazy. I literally had a chick I was teaching her how to do fucking windmills in this bitch. And she still ghosted me, gang. Literally in that room doing windmills, gang. If you was my neighbor, you would have heard it. And she still ghosted me. Let's continue this voice note, though. Let me not make it about myself.
So I mean, that's very unfortunate that it has to be my first time, and that happens.
Extremely.
Because it kind of like it's kind of demotivating, especially like if you were serious about getting to know a woman. Especially the feeling of starting over sucks because she was opening up to me. I was opening up to her a little bit, like telling her like where I work and stuff. And this is coming from a girl who works at like it's crazy to me. Like
Nah, I'm gonna have to block that out. He exposed her whole low. That's crazy. But yo, the fact that she works at a chain and she moving like this, she probably just don't like you. And I'm looking at bro, pause. He's a handsome dude. Handsome dude. Right?
Yeah, I'm be pausing a lot in this video because I feel like I got a lot to say on this subject. But he was saying that she was opening up. Not just because a woman opens up doesn't always mean that's a good thing towards a relationship. Sometimes a woman will open up and just establish that this person is staying in the friend zone. So be very wary when a woman starts opening up emotionally to you because it could go either way. There's no oh, everything's going good just because she opened it up. Trust me on that one.
Handsome dude. He should be able to get the shorty that he's talking to. Because I see them both. They complement each other looks wise, right? They don't seem like nothing wrong with him, you know what I'm saying? Like, from what I know, he sent me a clip of him bowling. He just having a good time, just like how she having a good time, you know what I'm saying? Regular, good kid.
I don't know. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just saying. But oh yeah, in terms of me asking her, if does she like me? I didn't ask her like that. I make sure I send you a screenshot. I basically was like, "Are you interested in me?" Because I'm getting like mixed signals. Because you remember when I told you she was basically taking a little minute to respond to my text messages. But her friend also told me that she does it to her, so I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. I think that's why I even had no issue of initiating the second date because I was like, all right, give her benefit of the doubt. Maybe she's like that with everybody. But yeah, bro, I asked her if she's interested, so I won't have to waste time like this. But instead of her being direct and being logical and just telling me she doesn't like me, she went and wasted my time and just left me on red. So I just find it so annoying, bro. I swear they have like no accountability. I'm not gonna say every woman does because I'm not gonna be that person.
I'm so glad he's not bitter. And he didn't say all shorties is like that. Because they're not. It's just she's not into you, bro. And that's cool. She just got to be upfront about it, right? Now I'm going to read the text messages. So from him, right? Let me see. From him, he said, hey, I like you, but I'm kind of getting mixed signals a bit. Are you interested in seeing where this goes? No, I'm not going to lie. That's a valid message. It's a valid message. But the fact that he even has to ask her that is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then he said, should we just keep it as a one-time thing, no hard feelings either way? So he was cool with dropping the ball. He just wanted honesty right there. So shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm interested in knowing you. Trust. I'm just really, really bad at texting and won't lie. I'm low-key terrible at talking to boys. I've only had one BF, so I'm not that well experienced. Sorry for giving you mixed signals. I'll do better with texting. And he said, no worries. I just wanted to make sure that we're on the same page. Okay?
And then a mistake you can take out of that, and you can learn from that situation. You see how she responded to you. That probably gave you a little bit of hope. That probably put a smile on your face. Probably made your body calm down because you're like, dang, I don't understand what's going on. This, that, the third, blah blah blah. Because you in your head, you think everything's going good, but on her side of the thing, on her side, she not even worried about you, bro. And that one boyfriend thing, that's an excuse. I don't want to hear nothing she talking about. But one thing you can chalk up from that is You see how she says she's a bad texter and she's gonna work on that. The fact that you're in the position you're in is a learning lesson to where don't believe what's coming out of these women's mouth. Pay attention to their actions. Their actions will show you everything that you need to know.
Um, Maybe they're both inexperienced, right? She said she had only one boyfriend, right? And I'm not that well experienced. That could be true. That could be true. But just talking from experience, I know one of the easiest signs for you to tell if someone likes you is how often they want to talk to you, right? How often they want to link up. It may not be via text message, right? But if it's like I hit you up and I'm like, hey, shorty, had a great time. You know what I'm saying? Let's link up next Saturday. She's like, okay, bet, right? And then we go on that date on Saturday, movie, right? And then it's like we don't really text that much throughout the week, but it's like, hey, I'm just thinking about, you know what I mean? We should go, you know what I mean, on Friday. What's up? I ain't bet. Let's do it. No questions. Y'all vibe out every time. And then on the fourth date, she like, we should go out on Sunday. You like, oh, I never thought you would ask. You want to take me out on a date? Say word, right? That's how you know the vibes is the vibes, right? But if she's not a good texter, that's understandable. At least she shows up in real life. Because the phone is really just a buffer, right? Here we go. Next message, right? She said, hey. He said, hey, what you up to? She said, hey, have fun with your friends. I'm like, what? Okay. She said, you have fun. He said, you have fun as well. He said, hey. She said, hey. And then he said, yo, you still down to go later? And she left the brother on red at 3:06 p.m. on Sunday.
That should tell you everything you need to know. Fall back and keep it moving, man. Trust me. Like I said, I've been through a similar experience where I was like, dang, really? That's how it is? And I'm over here texting, trying to figure out what's going on, this, that, the third, going out so sad. But once I've understood and learned from my past mistakes, I realized, man, if a girl ain't texting you back or if she leave you on red, to me that means I wasn't that important. I'm off that, I'm off that, on to the next, move on with your life, go back to focusing on you. Because there's no point in wasting all your energy towards something or someone who don't even have the decency to text you back. And then if you text them, I bet you they like to hit you with that, yeah, I was going through this or going through that. Yeah, that's cool. That's understandable. But to me, I just got to that point in life where if you really are going through something, yeah, I can understand. Once in a blue moon, you going through something and the first thing you weren't thinking about was communicating with people. I can respect that. I do that myself. But when you start seeing it multiple times, especially this my situation is more of a long drawn out long one where we knew each other over a long period of time. When you see it multiple times, you kind of, it starts to click where it's like, okay, yeah, it's not, this don't happen that often. You just not really fucking with the kid, and that's cool. It is what it is. It's just as men, since we think more logically, we expect, oh dang, I just wish that she would be more upfront. But women don't think the same way that we are. So you gotta pay attention to the actions. Because trying to use your logical mindset to understand a species that doesn't really move off of logic, they move off of emotion. It'll kind of help you navigate the game a lot better.
It is now Friday. And I'm pretty sure he sent me this message on Tuesday. I'm pretty sure he's still on red. And she left the read receipts on, so you can see it says red on Sunday. No response. Red on Sunday. I would have been tight. I would have been like, oh word. He literally asked you, he literally asked you, are you interested in me? Because I'm sensing some mixed signals. And she said, yes, I'm interested in you. Sorry for giving you mixed signals. And then she turns around and do this.
Actions speak louder than words.
This is what makes dudes upset. Right? There's a lack of genuine people wanting to date on genuine vibes. If you're not interested in people, just say that. It spares them so much time. You might want to be, oh, I want to spare their feelings. You're not sparing their feelings by being like leading them on. Just keep it a buck, right? You can't control how that person receives that information. If you just kept it a buck and be like, hey, I had a great date yesterday, but I'm not really feeling you like that. He would have been like, man, all right, whatever. I'm saying, kept it moving. I mean, I don't know how he would have reacted to that, but he seemed pretty chill, right? He wouldn't have to, if the fact that he even asked if you interested, because he's sensing that you're not interested, is letting me know, right, that he would have been, all right, my fault. You know what I'm saying? He probably would have felt the type of way, heart feelings. He a young blood. He probably would have got emotional about it, right? Whatever, right? We feel that way. But he wouldn't have done her wrong. Even the way that he spoke about the situation, he's like, man, it's a little disheartening to me because I was really moving with genuine interest. I spent 150 working my 2 jobs. I drove her. I made sure I courted her, right? And then some women will come out here and be like, oh, chivalry's dead. It's not, right? It's just, if you do it for the wrong person, it won't be appreciated, right? And then men are also getting tired of being chivalrous and doing all these things for women that play in their face. Perfect example, he's 19, gang. He literally asked you, are you interested? You said, yes. And then when the day comes to go on the date, you leave him on red. And he sees that you left him on red. That's wicked work.
Once again, just so y'all know, just change, especially for men. Just change your way of thinking. It'll make things a little bit easier. It'll make you understand it a lot more. But like I stated earlier, we think logically. So everything he stated, yeah, it's factual. It makes sense to us. It makes sense to us because we think logically. But women move more on emotion. So the reason why they don't want to be up, I'm not going to speak on every woman, but the reason why some women, most women, whichever category you want to put them in, move the way that they move is because they move with based on emotion. So they're always thinking about, oh, I don't want to hurt that person's feelings. So they think moving the way that they're moving is benefiting them. And in their head, it makes so much sense. To us, it's not going to make sense because we don't think that way. We would think, oh, if you don't like me, just be upfront about it. And you see where the disconnect is. So that's why so many men experience that same experience this young blood didn't experience, where it's like, dude, why you ain't just say something? And then you start overly investing, and you wondering why this person, this and that, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. So you going through all this for no reason. I had to experience it myself for me to change my way of thinking and just better understand how to move in this dating game. But for me personally, dating's always gonna be there, but I think most people should focus on themselves. That's to me, that's the best thing to do. And I feel like when you focus on yourself and get you right, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, people just naturally attract to you.
It's wicked work, bro. Just keep it a buck. And this shit breaks my heart because he's a young blood. He's a young blood. And he's like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little disheartened. It makes me not want to date. He's 19, gang. 19. So, hey, man, man to man, women to man, man to woman, just keep it a buck. It's not a bad thing to be honest with people, bro. It is not a bad thing to be honest with people. It may sting, right? But it's not. You would save them so much heartache, guessing, and leaving them in the grave if you just kept it a buck, right? Okay. With that being said, man, y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this. Regarding the situation, don't diss anybody. Don't diss the shorty. Don't diss him. Just keep it constructive. Even though I know I'm saying this, people are gonna do what they want anyways. But at the same time, bro, shout out to him to even having the balls to send me this message and seek my take on this.
Just a W video. I loved. He had a lot of good points. But just to end off what I was saying earlier, when it comes to the dating game, man, 2026, 27, 28, whatever year it is, man. Well, all my dudes out there, just move with caution. Don't. My advice: don't lead with your wallet, and kind of just move a little bit smarter. Kind of gotta pay attention to the signs, pay attention to the woman's actions, and that'll tell you everything that you need to know. For my ladies out there, same thing. When it comes to men, especially the men who playing in your face, just pay attention to the actions. If they're not trying to hang out with you, if they're not trying to set up dates, if the conversation not flowing, and you see them they're taking hours to text back, just pay attention to them. Obviously, just because you see one sign doesn't mean that the whole thing is blown up, but just look for a repeating cycle. Once it starts repeating, that's when you know, okay, this person ain't feeling me. And I would say for both sexes, just fall back and focus on yourself. That's the best advice I can always give. You are the most important thing you can focus on. All right. Well, other than that, bro, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Drop a comment if y'all feel differently, or if y'all got y'all own opinions that y'all want to share with me. I would love to read and hear what y'all got to say. But like the video, we can definitely find some more to talk about. But appreciate y'all, and y'all take it easy.